and get started with our reader's workshop. And as we're getting started today, I wanted to tell you guys a little story, okay? You guys all know the story. Give me a thumbs up on your knee. Take your knee, point to it. Thumbs up on your knee. If you have ever heard the story of Little Red Riding Hood.
Yes.
Okay. I know that story very well, so I thought I would tell you that story today as we get started. So turn your listening ears on. Okay, so let me retell one of these classic fairy tales for you. So if you love the retell, I want you to give me a thumbs up, okay? And if you think that I could do maybe a little bit better with this retell, like if it's not your favorite, not as good, I want you to give me like a thumbs to the side, okay? Do you see how my thumb is staying on my knee? I'm not like waving it all around in the air. It's staying right here. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs to the side if you think I could do better, okay? Here we go. Okay, so Little Red Riding Hood went to visit her grandmother, right? We remember that. And even though her mother told her to go straight there, she kind of found herself like wandering through the woods. She stopped to pick some flowers. She met a big bad wolf. And then she got to her grandmother's house and like, yeah, blah, 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 some stuff happened in the end.
I give it a thumbs down.
But what's wrong with that story? You guys all know the story, right? So like I told you the story. I told you guys the story. What's wrong with my retell, Alyssa?
You didn't stop and take a and then at the end you didn't read the
I didn't read the rest of it. Oh, like Ronnie?
You skipped the story.
I skipped the story.
It's supposed to be like Little Red Riding Hood's mother asked her to go give her grandma.
Okay.
Some
Yeah.
cookies. And you're
Oh, okay.
like, Little Red Riding Hood went off in the whatever, and she went to go visit her grandma. She picked some flowers. She talked to the wolf.
Yeah, she did that, right? Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. You didn't.
Blah, 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 right?
No.
Right, blah, blah, blah.
Excuse me.
That's kind of like, oh yeah, I filled it in, blah, 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 you know.
No, you.
Kylie, what's wrong?
You have to readers read the book on, and then they read the whole book, not like blah blah blah.
Oh.
You never told us the ending.
Oh,
The words
Sandra.
are not blah,
So
blah,
are you
blah.
saying that like the endings of our story are important?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let me try again. So, okay, Little Red Riding Hood, she was going on an errand from her mom. She put her some things in a basket. She's going through the woods, and she stops to pick some flowers when a wolf shows up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then what happens at the end of our story? I know I'm going to skip some parts just for the sake of our retell. Riley, what happens? Oh my goodness. In some versions, yes, the wolf eats grandma. Oh no. In some versions, he dresses up as grandma, right? Pretends to be grandma and tries to trick her, right?
To eating her.
Yeah, there's some different things that happen at the end of our story. Today, readers, I want to teach you guys that readers don't just end a book and say blah, 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 like Miss Coleman, but instead they think, why did the author choose to end our story this way? And they also think, what is this story trying to teach me? Okay? So we are going to read one of our Frog and Toad books together today. We're going to continue to read the story Alone. And can anybody remind me, what's happening in this story? What's happening in our story Alone here? Alyssa?
That Joel is living up on everything, and Frog telling him to not give up, but then he tried to give Frog some food, but he fell in the water.
Okay, so yeah, first Toad, I'm so sorry, I always do that. First Toad goes to Frog's house, And he found a note on the door, and Frog was like, "Dear Toad, leave me alone. I just want to be left alone today." So he goes looking for him. He doesn't find him. He goes through the woods. Frog wasn't there. He went to the meadow. Frog wasn't there. He went down to the river, and he saw who? Frog. Yeah, Frog is down at the river, sitting on an island all by himself. He's sitting all lonesome by himself. And this is where we're going to pick up our story, okay? And as we're reading, as I get to the end, I want you to think that question. Instead of just saying like, okay, yeah, he finds Toad and blah, blah, blah. I want you to think, why did Arnold Lobel choose to end this story this way? And maybe what could he be trying to teach us, okay? So, poor Frog, said Toad. He must be very sad. I will cheer him up. Toad ran home. He made sandwiches. He made a pitcher of iced tea. He put everything in a basket. Toad hurried back to the river. Frog, he shouted. It's me. It's your best friend, Toad. Frog was too far away to hear. Toad took off his jacket and
Waved it like a flag.
Good, waved it like a flag. Frog was too far away to see. Toad shouted and waved, but it was no use. Frog sat on the island. He did not see or hear Toad. A turtle swam by. Toad climbed on the turtle's back. Turtle, said Toad, carry me to the island. Frog is there. He wants to be alone. If Frog wants to be alone, said the turtle, why don't you leave him alone? Maybe you're right, said Toad. Maybe Frog does not want to see me. Maybe he does not want me to be his friend anymore. Yes, maybe, said the turtle, as he swam to the island. Just teasing. Oh yeah.
He's a turtle.
Okay.
He's just got a cat.
Frog, cried Toad. I'm so sorry for all the dumb things I do. I'm sorry for all the silly things I say. Please be my friend again. Toad slipped off the turtle. With a splash, he fell in the river. Frog pulled Toad up onto the island. Toad looked in the basket. The sandwiches were wet. The pitcher of iced tea was empty. Our lunch is spoiled, said Toad. I made it for you, Frog, so that you would be happy.
Saddened.
Hold on to those comments. I know you guys are starting to do what good readers do. You're starting to think about this ending. But Toad, said Frog, I am happy. I'm very happy. This morning when I woke up, I felt good because the sun was shining. I felt good because I was a frog. And I felt good because I have you for a friend. I wanted to be alone. I wanted to think about how fine everything is. Oh, said Toad. I guess that is a very good reason for wanting to be alone. Now, said Frog, I will be glad not to be alone. Let's eat lunch.
Ew. I think he would eat the soggy.
Frog and Toad stayed on the island all afternoon. They ate wet sandwiches without iced tea. They were two close friends sitting alone together. Okay, I saw those brain wheels starting to turn. I know you were thinking about why Arnold Lobel may have ended our story this way. Why do you think he chose this to be the ending? What do you think? Mila?
Maybe because he's sad and he thinks that it's just sad. Frog thinks he's sad and he thinks if someone's sad, he could feel it.
Yeah. Why else do you think maybe? Do you think he could have chosen to make Toad just say, no, I said I wanted to be alone, go away? Do you think he could have chosen to end it? Yeah. Do you think Frog could have said that instead of Toad? That's what I mean. Yeah. Do you think Frog could have been like, no, Toad, I said I wanted to be alone. Take your sandwiches, go back on the other side of the island. Ronnie?
Because this is like a happy book, and it's a happy book, and they're two best friends. friends. Why would a best friend just like go away? We're not friends.
Oh yeah,
Get out of here.
Ronnie, you're doing some good character work because we know these characters, right?
Really
We know that.
well.
Yeah, we know that they're
like
good friends.
Like
Yeah.
I said.
Yeah, perfect. They care about each other. We know that like they don't speak with each other that way. Like we know that good friends don't talk to each other that way. So Arnold Lobel's like choosing to stick with like his characters, right? Choosing to write how his characters would act. And I also like that Ronnie said like this is a happy book. He's writing like we learned this at the beginning of the year, but like our books can make us feel a certain way, right? Sometimes you read a book and it makes you feel kind of like spooky and scared, and sometimes you read a book and it's suspenseful, like our Magic Treehouse book like leaves us on the edge of our seat. And these books like they make us feel good, right? Like we're hanging out with some of our friends. What do you think that he's trying to teach us in this book? Cam, what do you think that he's trying to teach us at the end of Alone?
He's trying to teach us to never be mean to our best friend.
Yeah. Hassan, what do you think?
I think that he's trying to teach us that if he's still alone, when your friends are still alone and not with you, it doesn't mean that he's not your friend.
Yeah. Like if somebody says they want to spend some, I like that you said that, Hassan, and I like how you said it. It doesn't mean that they're not your friend if they just want to spend some time alone. They might have a different reason than you think, right? Right. You think? How so?
Like their best friend.
Like if your friend is sad, you should like never give. Yeah, you should keep trying, right? To make them feel better if you think they're sad. Yeah. Or like, are you thinking about when he had to get over to the island? Like when he was looking for Frog, he didn't give up, right?
Yeah.
DJ, what do you think this ending is trying to teach us? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, readers. So are you guys ready to try this important work in your series books today? So when we get to the end of our stories, instead of just saying like, okay, yeah, the ending happened, especially when you are with your book clubs tomorrow, we're going to have a book club day. We're going to spend some time talking with our book clubs. You're not just going to say like, oh yeah, I read this one Biscuit book and Biscuit was going on an adventure and then like blah, 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 right? No, you're going to say, this is the full retell. This is what happened. And then at the end, I want you to stop and think today. You're going to think, what is the author trying to teach me? And what can I learn from this? Thumbs up if we're ready to go.
Great.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set the timer. We're going to spend about 10-15 minutes reading our series books, and then when the timer is up, you can have a free choice of any of the books in your book box. Capiche? Okay, so let's check out the ending of our series books today and spend some time in those, and then I'll let you know when it's free choice to get books out of your book box. Capiche? Okay, you can take your book box with you to your reading spot though, so you don't have to get back up. Off we go, readers. Virtual friends, thanks for joining us.